Williams throwing it off. Not that Mo Williams.
And somewhere L.J. Smith is warming up his singing voice because throwing it to Ashanti Worthy, this might be a highlight.
And this one bounces in the end zone. It's a live ball, and from the end zone, Ashanti Worthy will start things off here in Asbury Park. We'll go towards the sideline, and we'll get out of play. We'll crumple up on the 21, and getting up a little hard there. Codrington with Mosey set up to his left, two wide receivers set off to the right. Worthy in the slot. The rollout, and here comes Codrington. Codrington will make it happen on the legs, and he gets past midfield. Sterry Codrington, the rookie, showing out, showing off. First play from scrimmage, waves goodbye, touchdown BIC, and they come through with a big Anthony Joshua level uppercut as they get on the board and take the lead.
Wow. Fakes it to Courage, and that's a good move. Great read. As the defensive end crashes down there, just tucks it in, and nothing but smooth sailing. That's some speed right there from the quarterback position. And you see the look on Ashanti Worthy's face. If we get great play out of the quarterback position for the BIC, they have so much playmakers on both sides of the ball that it's going to be tough. Real tough.
They didn't even let us get into our analysis. I swear I was going to say at some point in this first possession, watch them try and get Sterry going with the legs. That is how they open up the game for him. He might not be the best, most accurate passing quarterback in the league, but he will create wide open holes with his legs and throw off of that, and he is a dangerous dual threat.
And Jack, quarterback isn't even his natural position. In college, he was a defensive back, so he understands what the tendencies of a secondary player are. And that's the amazing thing, that he's been able to go from a collegiate defensive player to an elite Rookie of the Year quarterback in the A7FL.
That's a stacked backfield.
And he's got that D-back speed, too.
You got Mosey at number 5, and then Deion McDaniel, another outstanding running back.
And you got Worthy split out wide along with number 1. I believe that's Umar Lewis in the play action. Codrington to Lewis, and that will get in there, and they'll get the 1-point conversion.
That's a good ball.
And you look at the Cobras' defenses, they're looking at each other to who's to blame on that. Someone had to switch there. Great read by Codrington, but that's a great way to start.
And let's take a look at, there was a one-play 80-yard drive for Codrington, and this ball picked up at the 10, and here comes an opportunity. That's number 11, bringing the ball downfield for Baltimore. And that was Josh Baby bringing the ball back for the Baltimore Gators. So let's take a look last week at Sterry Codrington's stat line. 10 for 18 last week, 172 yards. This is 2 weeks ago. 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 12 carries for 192 yards and 1 touchdown. Yeah, those are insane
those 192
numbers.
yards on the ground are insane. And when you can get both the production in the air and on the ground, tough to stop.
And you know what? It's hard to stop. Pain. When you wake up with pain, you need something to help it, and that's what BioHemp Plus is about. BioHemp Plus has a unique CBD formula that not only helps you, but also helps your pet. And if you're an A7FL fan, which you are because you're watching this, we've got a 20% off discount code for your first order. Just use the promo code A7FL. Go to biohempplus.com.
Yeah, you gotta be smart. You gotta get bulk order that first order. Make best of that 20%.
Gauze Jr. under center. Down 7-0, early going. R.I.P. Mon, number 2, trying to jump the line. The throw from Gauze Jr. caught, and a big play to start things off. And that's Antoine Matthews, Super Saiyan. That 18 inches of daylight, we talked about it in the first game. As long as someone's got it, they can make something happen. Gauze on 1st and 10. The throw off the screen, and he bobbles the ball. Number 29.
That's Snag Sosa, Angelo Lewis, who is getting an earful from the BIC sideline. He knows what he did. he had an easy 20 yards in front of him. All he has to do is catch the ball. Now, that's got to be a little bit of a better throw, but when you put it in your hands as a playmaker for the Gators this late in the season, you got to make that catch. But it'll bring up second and 10.
LJ, I need my 25, Snag Sosa. Give me my 25.
And it off the hands, but the thing is, it bounced off the hands, didn't have a chance to bring it into his chest, rolled off the forearms and off the elbows to the ground. He didn't have a chance to pick it up.
Guys, sometimes the catches are the hardest when your brain starts to think of how much yards you're going to get. So it'll bring up second and 10 for this Gators offense as they look to respond to the quick strike from BIC.
Dawes Jr., man in motion, play action. Here comes the pressure. Throw to go, and that one trying to go to Matthews. Matthews was open on that one, but Gauze arching that one, a moonshot over his head, and it'll be third down.
Ace Boogie can do for the Gators.
3 wide receiver set, 3 on the line. Here comes the pressure immediately for Gauze. Gauze throws this one, a dart to Matthews. Matthews gets it inside the 30, gets it to around the 27-yard line, and it will be first down.
There's good pressure coming off the edge for BIC, and what he does is he makes a real smart move, and he doesn't allow Gauze to fake him with the fake. But then what he does is resets his feet, finds his man open in the middle of the field, and Matthews has been, like, as advertised. Throw him the ball, he's open.
Was it Chad Johnson that said, if I'm on the field, I'm open?
It sounds like a Chad Johnson thing.
That
Chad Johnson also wore a Hall of Fame jersey for the only time in his life on the sideline. Let's see how quickly he gets to Canton, if ever. But it'll be first and 10 for the Gators. Great conversion by Gauze.
9:33 left to go, and we see Gauze with pressure mounting.
Got
Throws this ball deep to the end zone, intercepted! Big interception, and that is Abdul Shabazz with the INT. Kason Campbell in motion. The handoff to Courage Mosey. Mosey pushing upfield, gets through one defender, gets through another, gets the first down, keeps running, and will get the first down near the 28.
Play action on first and second down when they are running the ball is always easy for them. They got wide open guys. So one of the keys to stopping BIC is to stop the run. 2 plays for BIC, almost over 100 yards of rushing offense. That's not going to do it as Deion McDaniel comes in number 7 in the backfield. A Baltimore running back playing for a New Jersey team. Let's see what he has to offer this Gators team that didn't give him a shot.
It's Monarch using Capulets pretty much. And you see Kason Campbell at the top of your screen. And then there's the handoff to McDaniel. McDaniel will not get as much, but will get about 3 on the play.
And here's the thing. I'll harken back to something we said about Patterson U. You look at the first play of the drive for BIC, and it was an option that they could have tossed it to Kason Campbell. We know he has the burners. An option for Codrington to keep it. We saw what he did on the first drive. Then you give it to Courage. He goes for 30 yards, and that's not even taking into account Deion McDaniels, who just had the carry. So a lot of guys that can burn you on this BIC offense.
And if you're an A7FL team right now, you're looking at the blueprint, 2 different ways of how to build this team. Play action. Codrington launches this one deep downfield. It's a horse race, and he catches it. Kason Campbell. How can you be that good in single coverage? Touchdown, Trenton.
That was a jump ball. It was going to be one or the other that came down with it, and this guy Campbell gets lost with all of the playmakers on this BIC time in and time out. But when you have him single coverage and you're Sterry Codrington with a great pocket to throw into, just throw it up, and he makes the play, disrespectfully catches in front of him, waves him goodbye, and high steps it Deion Sanders style into the end zone. BIC.
Oh no, Ashante Worthy under
this is even dirtier is when they put him at quarterback, because then
it's going to be waxing.
The only thing worse is if he goes behind the back.
Worthy was looking to go behind the back, will run it in, and he'll get the 1 point.
Ooh, you lower that shoulder.
And you know what?
When you're that electric as a runner, you saw how the defense, they were just in basketball zone coverage. Look at Nick Mays. He's standing there. He's like, all right, go ahead, run it. And then he does. And then he still finds a way to get in. I am so envious right now.
Usually see Worthy with the jukes and the moves, but he was not afraid to lower the shoulder right there to get across the goal line. Another thing I think worth mentioning before the snap, he was wiping that ball off on his shorts. Just keep an eye on it. Tough for these quarterbacks to throw the ball.
And caught this one on a dime, did number 9. That's David Dinkins, not the mayor, but slick. And much like David Dinkins, not getting much of a term on that one. He'll be brought down at the 34-yard line.
And a big hole for John Gauze after he started out a pretty good drive last time, but it's first 10, quick screen to the left.
On the screen, going over to Kyle Ocho, and the Ocho getting the first down there.
None of these guys shying away from contact early on.
And
no,
it's a
absolutely
winner.
not. Both of these teams have a long history playing each other either in New Jersey, in Baltimore. It usually gives a split game. Usually the home team has the advantage. But even down 14, the Gators, they're an explosive team in their own right. If it wasn't for a bad throw from Gauls, which is rare, that could have been just as easily a touchdown because Shabazz, who got the pick, and good for him, got burnt on the play. So
And also it's win or go home, so you gotta bring it every play, every down. You can't take anything off in this playoff, especially when both of these teams, one team 5 years without a title, another 3 years without a title. They need to make up for it here, and try to make some history. Fakes the screen, Gauze in trouble, and
hit.
Gauze eating it there. The ball came loose, but maintained by Baltimore. And what a play there by number 7.
everybody's wearing number 7 for BIC, so let's just call him Jalen Crooms, who's a lot skinnier. Who gained a lot of weight in a couple of weeks with that Father's Day off, but wow, what a hit. And somehow manages to get the ball to Nick Mays, who, on the flip side, he used to be a lot bigger, and he slimmed down.
And that's big juicy.
Yeah, the one knock on John Gauze is his ability to take hits. You look at his frame. If he's going to get hit like that consistently in this game, it might have a huge effect to the relatively slight quarterback from Baltimore. Second and 13.
Big man with the tackle on that one. 2nd and 13, and here comes that pressure again, trying to go back to back. Caught by Super Saiyan, and that one a gain of 5.
They are abusing Abdul Shabazz right now, and he's known as Abdul's Island, but they're attacking him.
And
I played against his BIC, and that's not a bad move, right? But timing route from Gauze, right on the money. Great catch by the Super Saiyan. As he's starting to get angry, and maybe he'll start to Kamehameha the Gators back into this game.
And you see that on the field. You know who's on defense right now? Corey Price. In the secondary, a guy who
At the end.
A former PA Immortal, 2019 MVP and 2019 A7FL champion, joining the BIC this season. A member of the 2016 team joining back. And you see number 5, Nick Mays Jr. And in trouble, Gauze gets brought down, and nothing doing that one again.
Juicy.
Now, you see the man right there that's congratulating him. That's Casey Fennessy. He's out in this game, and the man taking his spot really is this big, juicy fella here who's made an immediate impact. They're not blocking him, which is a very, very poor decision, I would say.
1st and 10. Ball around the 20-yard line. Codrington in trouble. Codrington again on his bicycle. Sterry Codrington in a replay and getting the ball to the 49-yard line at 2:22 left to go. And it's spicy out on the field. Not happy with that tackle.
And this isn't a negative, and it might almost sound like a negative, but he's one of those quarterbacks that when things start going well for him, he elevates his game. A lot of quarterbacks are like that. So let's be honest. It's a rhythm. It's a momentum thing. But when he's starting to see positive plays for himself and his team, he's that much more dangerous. So they're going to either have to rush him and force him into a turnover, which he's sometimes prone to do, or at least hurry him in a way that gets him a little rattled, because right now he's looking as good as he's looked all year.
It's like the Madden X Factor turns on.
1st and 10, and there's the handoff to...
You ain't going to tackle Courage with one arm.
And ladies and gentlemen, he needed some protection on that play, and that's why the A7FL is partnered with ZoomBang. World-class protective gear brought to you by Beast Mode and the one and only Marshawn Lynch. ZoomBang and its unique polymer technology not only protects athletes, but also military and medical professionals so they can do what they need to do with confidence. ZoomBang protects you no matter where you are. For more information, head to ZoomBang.com, and I think Marshawn Lynch would have approved of that run there.
Yeah, there isn't a better running back to advertise ZoomBang than Courage Mosey in the A7FL.
And here's the rush attempt coming through from McDaniel. McDaniel now the sideline, and will get out of play and pick up another 1st down.
Some tricky footwork.
Yeah. It's 14-0. It's the Trenton BIC and the Baltimore Gators. We are live from Asbury Park Stadium in Asbury Park, New Jersey. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Jack Bartek and the A7FL's analyst and the man who's the living history of the A7FL, our own Corey Hammond. Guys, so far,
I never sounded older.
I was trying to put you over. The handoff to McDaniel as we start things off on 1st and 10. McDaniel breaking through and making something out of nothing there, guys. Jack, a great run there from McDaniel.
Yeah, this rushing attack has been potent early on for BIC. It's just getting it done a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different players. And
I completely lost my train of thought for a second because I was just enraptured in Corey's analysis. And it's also 9,000 degrees in here. 2nd and 2. And it will be Codrington taking 5 yards away from the snap. In motion, and there's Campbell. Campbell high-stepping, getting the first down, pushing through the pile, staying in bounds, and going out of play and around that 18-yard line. And you know what? You get the opportunity like that to seize it and try to get the first down. We take a look again on the replay.
This stutter move right here is elite. How does he get by him? That's a great move.
With little to no room on that side.
No room.
No room whatsoever, but finding a way to make it happen. And when you're looking for an option, when you're looking for something, and you take a look at the A7FL, you take that step, you take that leap, you take that move forward, and you see Special K Campbell saying, I am who I am. And with that opportunity to be a champion, it's a big opportunity here. This guy, as Jack said, he's his vote for Rookie of the Year. I don't know if there's any inherent bias in that, Jack, but
maybe slightly.
Little bit.
Where'd he go to school, Jim?
Montclair State.
Where'd you go to school, Jim?
Maybe Montclair
That happens
State.
to me all the time with Sarah.
And then
shout to Worthy on the handoff.
Handoff to Worthy. Worthy pushing the pile, keeping it in bounds and hitting the B button, going out of play around the 14-yard line.
Something about us Redhawks, man.
And just great play design. They got tons of people out in front of him. It's almost too much blockers for Ashanti Worthy. He likes to have nobody in front of him. He can make everybody look ridiculous. But 1st and 10 for BIC, and everything so far on offense for BIC has been easy. Now, they've got the one huge throw, but other than that big-time completion to Campbell, they really haven't even had to attempt pass plays. They've been able to pound the ball with Courage and Deon McDaniel and find easy running lanes for both Codrington and now Ashanti Worthy on that last run.
A question to both of you guys. You think on those the first 2 drives, just establish it, big plays, knock them out the box, try to get them on their back heel, and now slowing down the pace and burning time and burning up the clock. You think that's what they're doing? You think that's what this offense is instinctively doing?
The play calling so far has been run. It's just that there's been huge runs.
And Worthy handing it off, and there's Courage Mosey, and Mosey eating and getting hamburgled there, but we'll get a slight run there, getting rabbled, and it will be second down.
B-man flying in, taking out what looked like Sly Boogie.
And we take a look here. Matt Ryan joined by Corey Hammond and Jack Bartek live, and only 1 pass attempt for the BIC so far today.
How'd they do on that one pass attempt? How'd that go?
It went a far way for a touchdown.
And the other number 7 is Kasim Green. So we've got 3 number 7s today.
Big juicy.
Big juicy. Kasim Green's the number 7 on defense. Then
Ashanti
we have
Worthy at the bottom of your screen.
And then we have Deon McDaniel, and then we have Ashanti Worthy. So playing along at home at the home game, 7 is the lucky number for the BIC. Will they get another 7 on the board? We'll find out. Codrington with Worthy in motion. Play action. Codrington with time. Here comes the pressure. Looking for an option. Rolls out to his right. Guns it off. Tipped up. Caught by Worthy. Laterals back to the big man. Keeps it going. Touchdown. BIC. Joaquin Brooks. The Brookings Institute finding his way into the end zone.
That is in honor of the thick boy summer. Look, he has Ashanti Worthy right now, but he missed him. So he uses his legs, buys some times, makes a terrible decision, honestly. Throws into coverage, but guess what? It's Ashanti Worthy. Good things are going to happen, right? Yep. And then look at the size mismatch. He only needs 2 yards. Get it, big man, and a touchdown. BIC. Maybe with just himself.
And there's the handoff, pushing upfield, breaking through, and a solid gain on first down, a gain of about 6, maybe less than that. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Angela Lewis snags, known for his speed, but finds a seam and kind of trucks in there for a good 6-7 yard gain. Way to stay ahead of the sticks, and if you know, Sly's still talking to the ref. He just wants an explanation on, you know, what's going on with Mr. Incredible Troy's banana pudding. He's upset that there's not an extra plate for him. He's like, come on, how'd you eat the last plate, man? It's delicious. He's like, no, it was so good. I just made little slices for everybody.
And this coming in from the truck, the production team all agrees that banana pudding is the best thing about all of this. It's a hot day here, and banana pudding can soothe even the most savage of souls. The handoff on 2nd and 3, pushing through the pile, and the ball comes loose. Loose ball. He tried to stomp on the ball. 70 will keep it. But it will remain with the Gators. It looked like the defender for the BIC, I'm trying to get a number on him.
What, JJ, the guy who ran in?
Yeah, number 30.
Oh, no, 26 was late. Number 30 was early. So I don't know what the ruling on this is going to be because he's kind of up, but he's kind of momentum stopped. Ball does come out late.
No,
so
he's out.
Yeah, he's down. He's definitely
down. But
down.
Watch this guy here. Number 25 almost stomps on the ball.
Yeah, that's JJ was about to play soccer, bringing it back to his days, you know, on vacation in Jamaica, you know, maybe trying to go for a goal, it looked like, but it'll be 3rd and short for the Gators.
And Matthews,
they still have this big offensive line set. Maybe we'll go to plug it back up in the middle.
And they'll run it again in a big play, pushing through, getting the first down, eating a little bit of turf, but moving the ball, matriculating it downfield, and it will be 1st down.
Nothing that I say, according to one of the fans that's here from Baltimore, nothing that I say is out of earshot of anybody from Baltimore. So if I even start to swing a little bit towards the New Jersey side, I'm gonna hear it, especially on the chat.
If you're a Baltimore fan and you did not bring us a sandwich, I will be very sad. On the play, there's Matthews. There's that screen, setting it up, running downfield, keeping it in bounds, and gets tossed and thrashed out. And you see one of the Baltimore players going to the 32, making sure they know, hey, that's where the ball went out.
And that's what the Gators need, is they need a spark as Matthews tries to put his life into it with a nice little dance. I'm not sure that's exactly the gritty, but hey, the sideline's up now.
It's not the fusion dance, but it works.
Definitely not the gritty.
Play action here, hook, and that's Bullet, a really good corner on him. Gives him the space, but that B move, circle move if you're PS5. 1st down, good drive for Gators so far.
He got up right in the defender's face.
It's getting really chippy out there or something. I don't know what you're going to see from the rest of this game. But
all of this money on the line, it's hard for it not to get chippy.
Both teams are going to have double guns blazing for the rest of this game with 5:15 left to go. But 20-0, the Gators driving here, looking to get on the board for the first time. Ball on the 34-yard line. The handoff, going upfield, gets the 1st down and more, pushing ahead and pushed out of play. It'll be 1st down in the run by number 10. That's Tony Roberts.
Yeah, great run because there was basically nobody there. Ron Clerk is the safety, kind of gets sealed at the edge, and then the only person to make the play there is Abdul Shabazz, who holds on for the tackle after a savage stiff arm attempt. But it'll be another 1st down for the Gators as they look to get back on the board with the clock ticking down here, though, in the first half. With 4:30 left, they got to score quickly because I think they want the ball one more time, go for that basketball term, that 2-for-1.
Well, honestly, if you're looking at it from the Gators' perspective and you see what happened at the start of the 2nd half of the last game, they were able to score with zero, at the start of the half. So if they're able to make this happen here, make the the BIC work, and there's another handoff going to the right side, and that's Roberts again, and Roberts can't stay in bounds, but a great run. But Jack, if you were in this position right now, put you on the spot, do you try to rush into the end zone, or do you use this time, continue to work and make that BIC defense tired, because they're going to walk to the 2nd half and have to face this offense again?
You know, part of me wants to say you want to get in that end zone as quick as possible here, get a chance to get the football back, but the way that BIC offense has looked, you might be better off running this one down and using as much clock as possible.
Well, BIC did use that timeout earlier to make sure that they had the play on that 2nd and 2 set up properly, which ended up, I think, in potentially a touchdown. So it was a good timeout, but 1st and goal. And the rare 1st and goal from the 10.
One wide receiver at the top of your screen, and they'll hand it off again, and nothing doing there, and they'll collapse.
Yeah, old
and this
school
trip to the
Shamar Hellett at the defensive end position at the stop.
And this trip to the end zone is trying to be championship worthy, and that's why Herff Jones is sponsoring this trip to the red zone. Herff Jones, champion, has a ring to it. And both of these teams playing for that A7FL championship ring. I cannot wait to see that. Can't wait to see that A7FL championship trophy and those A7FL rings. If you're watching at home, A7FL management, I will send you my ring size in the mail. But it will be third down here.
We got a sneak peek at the Northeastern trophies, and they did not skimp on these trophies, I'll tell you that much.
And it is, first and goal after the rush play. 3:08 left to go. Neither team using a timeout here. Interesting to see Baltimore just letting the clock run. I think they're trying to just take enough time, get this BIC defense tired, use the heat for their advantage. And then the handoff, the run up, and there it is into the end zone. Tony Roberts getting it in there, putting the Gators on the board and making this one closer, 20-6, and we still got a lot of football left to go in this half, and they get the ball at the start of the second half. Gentlemen, it's still anybody's ball game.
Yeah, I think we knew the Gators were not going to be held off the scoreboard. They weren't going away without a fight. They didn't drive all the way up here just to get embarrassed. They're going to come back in this game. There's no question about it. It's just how is BIC going to answer? Are they going to be able to keep their foot on the gas the way they have?
Well, that's the thing. The Gators' offense is definitely going to put some points on the board. They're not going to walk out of here with only 6. But it's going to be incumbent on the Gators' defense to get some stops. And with the type of running attack we've seen from BIC, the 2 minute 50 seconds on the clock usually wouldn't work for a running team. But when you can score in one play, with 80 yards from Codrington, they're going to have to be big on this next drive.
Going for one here. Play action. Gauze rolling out to his right. He'll bring it in, and he will knock the pylon over. Let's see if the officials give it to him, and they give it to him. The line judges. The back judge will give it to him, and John Gauze Jr. with a quick 5-yard run, bringing this game a little bit closer, making it a 2-score game, 20-7. And you see one receiver. John Gauze Jr. so far today, 5 of 8 for 70 yards, an interception and a conversion.
And that one interception is the one play that he wishes he can get back.
And here, and it will bounce, and that will stay in bounds. He'll pick it up around the 4-yard line, and Worthy will collapse like a cheap card table or any relationship I've ever had before he could get started, and it will be 1st and 10.
There is a worm right now that deserves a lot of credit for that tackle. You put him out wide on one-on-one coverage, and you got Courage in the backfield. All you have to do is run any hook route because they're going to respect his speed, and then he'll press that same B or circle button and take it 70 yards on a 7-yard throw.
Codrington under center, hands it off. That's to Courage Mosey. Mosey brings the ball downfield. What a jump! And plants with authority at the 23. The man box jumped another human being, and I want a Courage Mosey jersey. Take a look at this replay here.
Starts off with the grown man stiff arm, but then, Matt, here you go, money shot. Go ahead, go low, brother.
Wepa!
Nope.
Up.
And he toe taps in bounds, which is the most disrespectful part of that.
And you know what? God. If you're watching that play right now and you're like, I want a Courage Mosey jersey. How do I get a Courage Mosey jersey? Well, we've got the solution. Head on over to a7fl.com/gear now and get yourself a BIC jersey. Maybe a Baltimore Gators jersey. Maybe a Corey Hammond jersey like I'm trying to get. Or you can get hoodies, hats. You can even get a toque if you want. You can get it all over there at a7fl.com/gear. 1st and 10. And it will be Codrington under center in the shotgun with Courage Mosley set up to his right. 2 wide receivers, Ashanti Worthy at the top of your screen. Codrington
looks like they have almost 5 in the box to stop the run, which means that the wide receivers are going to be in single coverage.
And there's the handoff again to Courage. Gutting through. Mosey looked for a lateral, but will be taken down at the 31, and it will be 2nd down.
143, 142, so the clock is going to be the best defender the Cobras have. If I'm Sterry Codrington, I have a little bit more urgency here in this last drive, potentially the half, but a 1st and 10, BIC's on the move.
Big play here for Courage Mosey. Shotgun again, same setup. Worthy at the top of your screen. Codrington under center.
Tick.
Minute 18, 17 now. And there's the play action. Tried to set it up. Codrington in trouble. Codrington will get on his bicycle and be brought down, but we'll save that with a gain of 2.
Yeah, it ends up not being too much of a gain. I don't know in the pocket if he felt that pressure coming from behind him, but either way, whether it was purposely or not, an impressive step up in the pocket. He got out and turned
but the problem he does is if you look at the replay on that, what he does is he switches his ball hand, right? He's a lefty quarterback, and when he steps up in the pocket, all of a sudden the ball's in his right hand. How are you going to make a play down the field? So he knows he's going for the run, and sometimes he's most comfortable with the run, and that moment right there is indicative of some of the criticism you'll hear about Sterry, which isn't that much, because a lot of times he's putting up those Madden numbers like we talked about, but with 1 minute left on the clock, if you step up in the pocket with your throwing hand on the ball, maybe you could throw it downfield to Ashanti Worthy, who I could almost guarantee was either wide open or if he was double covered, could jump and catch it.
BIC burning their second time out, and with 1:05 left to go, guys, we're looking at a BIC team that is comfortable, that is utilizing the run game. We've been saying that for the initial amount of this drive, but the closer they get, if they burn that last time out, if they have to use that last time out, are they looking to set up for the big play here? Are they gonna load the offensive line and just tip their hand and show that they're gonna throw the ball to Ashanti Worthy?
It's not a bad decision as they come out here. It looks like what they're gonna have is
Sullivan will not
Green in the backfield, Kasim Green.
And Sullivan an eligible receiver, 2 wide receivers.
Does that look like single coverage at the top?
Yeah, it's single coverage. You got 4 at the front, 1 at the linebacker position, 2 wide receivers.
No safety over the top, which good luck with that.
Play action. Codrington, not a lot of time. Throws this one downfield, caught, and that's Kason Campbell. And it looks like he was out of bounds, so it'll be 3rd down.
What you want to see, and look, this is nitpicking at this point, but what you want to see from Codrington is more on-schedule throws. What he looks to do is he looks to make that impromptu scramble almost too quickly. Just take your 2-step, 3-step drop, step up in the pocket, and throw to a receiver as he's making his break. When he does that, this offense is unstoppable. So it'll be 3rd and 8. And guys, the difference between a good team and a great team a lot of times, if you ask Bill Belichick, is what they do on 3rd down for both offense and defense and what they do in the last 2 minutes of a half. If you can score in those situations and or stop and convert on 3rd downs, you're going to be a winning team. And what BIC has been able to do all year is take advantage of these opportunities, because here's the difference, guys. If they go up with another touchdown, even if the Gators score in the first drive of next half, they're up by 2 scores. So they're looking to get up 3 now.
And Codrington, 57 seconds left to go. Throws this one, a wobbler, meant for Ashanti Worthy, but that one will flop and flail and fall out of play, and it will be 4th and 8. And that gambit from the Gators paid off, because with 53 seconds left, they are going to get the ball back here on the 3-on-1. And it will be 1st and 10. The ball placed on the 32-yard line. Big opportunity here for John Gauze after that last play resulted in into a touchdown. Last drive, pardon me. Looking for another opportunity here. In motion, number 0. Play action. Throws this one off the hands and nearly intercepted by number 26, Clavon Radcliffe.
Yeah, JJ had the opportunity, but the reason he had an opportunity is because it's just the ball's too high. Wide open receiver downfield. Pretty decent play action, but with the rush coming off the backside with Dwan Williams, number 2, he had to get rid of the ball maybe a little bit too early, but throws off his back foot on the run and way too high for his receiver. Lucky he's still got the ball.
Ooh, that Baltimore fans holding their breath there for a second.
I think everybody holding their breath, because we've seen some interesting interceptions thrown today. And for John Gauze and the rest of this team, they cannot allow for them and the rest of their offense to feel low. The morale heading into the locker room needs to be high. They need the energy here.
And what's funny is you don't see Matthews out there, the guy who's been dominating these corners.
And it'll be 2nd and 10. 47 seconds. Here comes the pressure. Gauze throws this one. Wide open receiver. Big opportunity here. That's number 7. That's ball's knocked loose. Loose ball on the fumble. Who gets it? Who's coming up with the ball? It looks like the Gators will keep it, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it could be an illegal block downfield, which will negate a lot of that yards for the Gators, but this is what John Gauze can do. CP3, real fast rusher. Look at it, look at that hair. But he makes a play happen because he keeps his eyes downfield and finds the open man. Still a little bit too high, but just low enough to make the catch. And then we're going to see the clip here. That's definitely a penalty.
Pardon me. That was Mo Williams on the catch. Those jerseys, that 3 looked like a 7 for a brief moment. We needed to slow it down, and we saw the scrum for the ball. Great job by the Baltimore Gators to make sure that they kept that, and the ball will be placed at the 49-yard line.
So it's
a
first,
of that getting taken off.
Yeah, but it's 1st and 10, and the clock does stop with the timeout.
And it was an illegal block in the back that will send
obvious.
that back.
Yes, Abdur Shabazz got crushed in his the name on his jersey, which is kind of the rule, right? You're not if you see the guy's name, you're hitting the wrong part of his body. But you know, these teams are out here to hit. As don't be fooled. We might call him Manziel, but you see number 2 for the Gators coming in. They might try a double pass. He's their backup quarterback.
Yeah, Lenny Manziel.
Yeah, he's really not.
Johnny.
That's not his actual name. He is not the actual Manziel, but because of the somewhat resemblance and stature, he's been known as that for years now.
And will that penalty cost them? They have to burn a timeout here. 2 timeouts left for the Gators. 32 seconds left to go. In trouble is Gauze. Intercepted! And there's a huge interception, and the momentum swings back to the BIC. Another major play. Abdul Shabazz with another interception, his 2nd on the day.
Now he's putting the 2 up, but the original interception, the first interception, was just a bad throw. This is actually a great play. He reads what John Gauze is trying to do, undercuts the route, trying to throw to Manziel, and easy turnover. And now an opportunity for BIC to score again. And like I said, there's openings against this BIC defense. It's just for right now, John Gauze can't find him.
1st and 10, and there's the handoff to Courage Mosey. Mosey plowing through, but will lose a yard there with 22 seconds now and running left to go in the first half.
I guess they're content with the lead where it's at.
And I was thinking the same thing, but now they're hurrying back to the line as they want to run another play. It doesn't make much sense at all.
Well, I mean, if anytime you give the ball to Courage, it's a potential for a big play. So maybe they're going to do that. But
5 and less, they could also just be trying to fake it, and there's a whistle on the play, and
they're saying BIC's got to step closer to the line. 2 seconds left, so maybe a last second. They'll probably look for a lateral.
Over the top. There's no safety over the top of Shanti Worthy. That's where you got to go.
There's the throw, and that one will go out of play, and that is the end of the first half. So a back and forth half with the Gators with 2 costly interceptions, costing them not only a tie, but possibly the lead. We'll let you know how we got to this point when we return with first half highlights. And it looks like DeJuan Williams will be throwing it off here for the BIC, and it will be number 4. It looks like V-Man, Vinny, will be getting this one, and he'll receive it on near sideline. And he'll get to the 20 and will be stifled around the 24, and it will be 1st and 10.
And compared to the last game that we saw, these 3-on-1, like the throw-off teams, have been pretty much elite. Last game, there was very little special team defense, we'll say, right? In this game, both Ashanti Worthy and everyone the Gators have thrown out there have had a real tough time, even getting back to the 30. So great job on the 3-on-1, forcing the Gators to start inside their own 20.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Quan setting the edge there. A veteran leader on this team, this defense, and obviously special teams defense. That's the veteran in him coming out.
Yeah, and that's Jaheed Myers again, a former teammate of mine. You know, back in the day when he was a little quicker, he was a playmaker for me. But now he's really, you know, embraced and embodied that role on the special teams unit and makes another big impact play with Quan there.
And 1st and 10, John Gauze Jr., the last time we saw him on Fight, which you can see if you buy the Road to the Championship package now. If you're just the first-time viewer, be sure to buy that package to get the rest of the playoffs, the championship, and past games from the A7FL season. He had an impressive showing. We talked about it at the start of the broadcast. 3 wide receivers set Matthews in the slot. There's the screen, and immediately smothered cover, tried to make something more out of that. But that will be number 0, Kyle Ocho, being brought down for a loss. JJ
with the stop on the quick screen. Quick screens are an effective play in this league, and they can help your quarterback get into rhythm. But if you're a good defender and you read it, it's an easy one-on-one tackle, and if you make that tackle, you end up with a 2-yard loss. So the Gators wanted to get a quick, easy gain, going with the trips to the bottom of the screen. At first, it looked like BIC wasn't even going to defend all 3 guys, but when they finally lined up, they're able to make the quick stop on the quick screen, bringing up 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12, and Jack, right here, if you're not looking at Matthews, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, he's been the only guy in the passing game so far for the
no one's covering him right now. He's absolutely uncovered right now.
3 rush, and there's Matthews, and there's that throw, and here comes an opportunity for Matthews, who breaks open in the open field, gets 50, amazing block from this teammate, going down the sideline at the 20, and will run out of bounds. 20-13, and what a play there from Matthews.
Yeah, and I'll just say defensively, CP3 said, Sterry might be able to outrun me, but I can still show off the wheels a little bit if you give me an opportunity to. So a nice chase down tackle, but I just don't understand for BIC. You know who the ball is going to, so how is he unmarked at the line of scrimmage?
BIC's defense is led by their defensive line. In my opinion, as someone who speaks from experience throwing almost 400 yards against this team with my Renegade squad, there's openings in the pass game. So if you can get the ball out before the defensive line gets to you, you're going to have some opportunities. And when they went with the trips, this is one of the most, this guy here, Matthews, is one of the most.
And he is frustrated.
He's one of the most animated, and his name is an anime name, so that's awesome. But he's one of the most animated players in the league. You saw him dance earlier.
Kind of that Vegeta thing. It's not best for the team, it's what's best for him. The
Yeah.
Saiyan Prince taking his walk off the sideline. It will be 1st and 10. 12:30 left to go.
The crowd is liven up.
Yep, this crowd is
Whoa,
on
almost
fire.
drops
Almost
it.
dropped that ball to 25, finding a way to the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore! And now it's a one-score game. Snag Sosa making a meal out of the defense. It's 20-13.
He's got elite speed, and he's playing possessed right now. He's still pissed off from that ball he dropped. Almost drops the pitch here. But once he plants and gets upfield, no one's going to stop him. Great blocking downfield by the wide receiver, Sly Boogie, who we just saw up here complaining about a call. But if they focus on the field right now, they're still back in this game.
And just, Jack, the vision to see that slim opening on that left side, that's impressive.
That's a masterclass in following your blockers, finding the holes, and hitting them hard and aggressive. And that's the only way he finds the end zone, absorbing some contact and bouncing in almost like a bowling ball. And also for BIC, poor job tackling. Not a great defensive possession by them at all. They're going to have to recover, and quick.
2 wide receivers spread out wide, 3 on the line, 1 running back set next to the quarterback.
You could feel the tides turning.
Yeah, you could feel that momentum shifting. It's in the air here with a lot of time left. First drive of the 3rd quarter. Goss Jr. throws it to an open man and gets it in there. And now it is a 6-point game. Gentlemen, did we expect this just about 2 minutes and 41 seconds ago?
You asked me what are the Gators doing? What is the captain doing in the huddle? He's looking around, and he's going to look to the guy that's going to make the difference. Great rush here by K-Wack, but even better maneuvering by John Gauze. Not a great dump off, but Nick Mays makes the catch. But you said it. What I said was you're looking around, who's going to make the play? And Snag Sosa is one of those guys. He's got the speed, he's got the attitude, and when he saw an opening in the defense, he exploited it for an easy touchdown for the Gators, as they're right now sitting as pretty as they have all day with the momentum maybe back on their side.
Now, what about that pancake block, gentlemen? Just made me want to. And you know what? After that BIC defense is going to need some help recovering. And our friends are over at Biohemp. They're going to need that on Monday morning. The CBD solution to help these athletes get out of bed and back to the 9 to 5. Go on over to biohempplus.com. Use the promo code A7FL. You'll get 20% off your first order and free shipping. Plus, you can enter to get a free 6-month supply of CBD for you or your pet, or maybe 3 months for you and 3 months for your pet. Head on over to biohempplus.com and use that A7FL promo code now. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Jack Bartek and Corey Hammond. The game is 20-4 BIC with a wafer-thin lead, and the throw-off here, and this is the time where Ashanti Worthy needs to be Hollywood. That ball will bounce at the 15. Worthy will pick it up. Cut to his right, gets through one defender. That's a blip. That's a block. Staying on his feet. Ashanti Worthy getting to the 40, to the 50. Tries to get past one defender. He does. Turns on the afterburners. Can he stay in bounds? Can he keep it going? He goes end to end. Ashanti Worthy. Hollywood swinging into the end zone. 26-14.
Scorsese couldn't direct that.
Does he have his phone in his hand?
I don't know what he's doing. He's doing a nice little. He's not doing a nice little selfie, because guess what? When you can make these elite athletes, that's Snag Sosa. We just saw him put the team on his back and score. We got a man just trying to play safety, trying to not be in the screen and get embarrassed, and he's just burnt, because Ashanti Worthy has 2 things that none of these guys have: that elite level shiftiness and a will to get in the end zone, unlike anyone else in this league. I don't know what a gritty is, but he could do whatever he wants after that touchdown, as he goes right to Facebook or Instagram or Snapface. And that was a deep return. That's like a 90-yard return.
He had 27 yards on return so far.
Why you do that, Hollywood? Why you do that?
And now on the 1-point attempt after losing 5 yards.
Oh.
Number 21 bringing it. Might as well be a habitant because that was a hip check and a half, and it will remain 26-14. And that was a big tackle there.
And Sterry pops right back up, but that's a rookie mistake right there. You got to get rid of the ball, and that's one thing that if I'm Sterry Codrington in the offseason, I'm working out, getting the ball out of my hands. When he steps up in the pocket, if he keeps putting the ball in his right hand, he's not going to be able to throw the ball. And guess what? The Gators are out for blood after the embarrassment that just happened on the 3-on-1. So that's a dangerous play that he avoids because number 21 was not looking to be a nice player on that one. But the Gators thought for sure that they were back in this game, and then seconds later, Ashanti Worthy deflates their
And that
confidence.
ball will bounce inbounds at the 10. That will bounce into the end zone. It is a live ball, and he will kneel down, and he will take the touchback. It'll be 1st and 10, and we see number 5. That's Nick the Mean Machine, calling himself an eligible receiver. Under 12 minutes now. Down 12. In motion. That's number 10. That's Tony Roberts, who's got the first touchdown of the game. And now here's an opportunity for the Gators. The Gators, big stiff arm, finding the open field. The Gators back in this one and get back into BIC territory. That's Opie, number 3, bringing it in.
Let's give a quick shout out to CP3, right?
Ocho.
So great play by the Gators. They go with the fake jet quick screen. They love that quick screen, getting John Gauze back in rhythm. But let's just talk about the way that Ocho runs after the catch, because he should have been tackled at least 3 times. Give credit to CP3 for just jumping on his back to get him down. That's a quarterback out there playing D-end and has elite speed. He's got 2 touchdown-saving tackles so far in this third quarter, excuse me. But the Gators find a way to get easy yardage on the quick screen again and line up 1st and 10 in BIC territory at the 46.
You see Matthews at the bottom of your screen. And there's the handoff again. Big push up field, and that one will be a moderate gain of about 4. And it will be 2nd down. Jack, are you surprised at how successful this running game has been for the Gators on this drive?
Yeah, because I think we've spoken early about how BIC's defense is predicated on that defensive line. You know, they're working inside to out on that defense. So for the Gators to have that much success running the ball, it's all the more impressive because you're going with the strongest unit of that BIC defense and really going right at it.
Yeah, I'd like to see them open up the passing game a little bit more, obviously. I always say that. But all of the completion John Gauze has had have been little dump-offs.
Matthews at the bottom of your screen, and they'll hand it off again, and this
Going
defense
backwards.
ready for it. Smothered, covered. Roberts take it to the Waffle House and not being able to get the pancakes he wanted. And that will be a loss, and the big man, Big
Juicy over there.
Juicy.
Made a lot of big plays so far in this game.
Trying to turn Big Juicy into Big Angry.
But all 3 defensive linemen on the left side of the defense for BIC walk through the offensive line of the Gators like they're just matadors letting them through.
And DeJuan Williams, he missed it on the initial play, caught it on the replay, was trying to strip the ball out.
Smart play.
Yeah, smart play there.
This game's getting really physical, especially here in the second half.
Well, it's win or go home. The pressure is mounting here. It's a 12-point game with a lot of time left. So both of these teams know how much is on the line. Their shot at the $20,000 A7FL title on the line, and that shot to Matthews, a bullet.
Matthews has seriously impressed, and right now he's gathering his chi to go Super Saiyan. This is not a great throw. This is a very good throw, but it's an amazing move to get away from K-Wack in the pocket and just an on-time delivery. Now, it's not a 1st down, but again,
that is spectacular.
It keeps the drive alive, to be honest with you. 4th and 5.
But now 4th and 5, you got to go.
Spectacular field awareness, keeping those feet in.
At this point, I think anything past the 45 is 4-down territory.
Yeah, down 2 scores.
But let's
against the high-powered offense like BIC.
Because and you got burned on that last 3-on-1. How are you gonna let Ashanti Worthy decide your fate?
Good point.
And it will be 4th and 5. 8:20.
We saw Stereo.
There's only one wide receiver I'm looking at if I'm Gauze.
Gauze throws it, tipped in that one.
Bad play design. They had a double slant, and then both guys sit, so you have 2 wide receivers in the same area on 4th and 5. It just isn't a good read, and not that there was much John Gauze can do on 4th down. You got to get rid of the ball, but the design there from the Gators offense is questionable at best. The Gators have had a great season, and they're in Baltimore a lot like what the U is up here in New Jersey. They've pretty much dominated most of the games that they've been in. Their Baltimore division championship against the Cobras was a blowout. So this is the first time they're really being put to the test, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the toughest position they've been in all season.
It'll be 1st and 10. Codrington with 2 men in the backfield, one of them Kason Campbell.
The other one, Courage Mosey, was a good
set
guy.
up far behind, and there's that fake to toss, and there's a lateral to Campbell, who's got the sideline in front of him. Will cut around the defender, will run to the far sideline, go sideline to sideline, stay up and get taken down at the 30.
What's interesting is that pitch might have been forward, but he was behind the line of scrimmage, so they run the triple option. The first look is you fake it to Courage, and the defense reacts. Great play by Codrington to stay up and get the ball to the playmaker, Campbell, who then cuts it backfield. And again, don't do this in real football, young kids. But when you have offensive linemen and running backs that are willing to run downfield and get that block, that's what separates the BIC and the U from these other teams, is when, as we see an injury.
And there you see the AccuStretch coming into play there. The AccuStretch being able to, the future of basically utilizing for medical professionals and especially for athletic trainers, help stretch out. So it seems like it was a cramp. And a shout out to Vinny Houston. For more information on the AccuStretch, go to accu-stretch.com. That's accu-stretch.com. 1st and 10.
Codrington's drying his hand off, which is sometimes an easy way to know if it's a pass or a run. You know, you see his left hand's touching that towel a lot. It might be a play action.
It's also hot down there. 2 running back set. Cable. And Codrington will keep it. Keeps it upfield and will get inside the 25.
So not necessarily a pass play, but
he knew he was handling the ball.
Yeah, wanted to make sure he had that ball tucked tightly. So
well, how do you get rid of a tell like that, but need to?
What I do is I make it more obvious on a run. Now people are gonna know. I make it more obvious on a run play that I'm wiping my hand down, and I always do I'll do the Omaha Peyton Manning, false call. I'll look at the wide receiver and do some weird thing, and the wide receiver looks back at me like, "What are you talking about?" But it's just a dummy call. But on that one, it wasn't as much of a tell because I'm up here in the booth. I could see it. I'm looking for things like that. But let's talk about the game plan for BIC. The game plan coming into this game is that we're going to run the ball, then we're going to run the ball, and then we're going to run the ball because guess what? That's all they've needed to do, and they had the one real deep pass to Campbell. But they're keeping the ball in the hands of their awesome playmakers is Courage.
Courage Mosey spinning. Oh, my God! He just shoulder tackled the soul out of that man and ran into the end zone. Courage Mosey, a human boulder, running in for the touchdown on what could have been a broken play. Let's take a look again on the replay. Turns in, spins out, keeps his momentum, shifts in, avoids the tackler, takes out number 4. Number 4, Vinny, being knocked out of his shoes, and there is another touchdown for the BIC, and Courage Mosey getting on the board. After a play like that or a long day at work, BioHemp is what you need to ensure your recovery, utilizing their special CBD formula. Right now, you can use the promo code A7FL for 20% off your first order, and also enter in to win a free 6-month supply of CBD for both you and your pet. BioHempPlus.com. Use the promo code A7FL for 20% off your order.
3-on-1 time. Gators need a play. Gotta make a play.
And that will be Josh Baby DK trying to go Diddy Kong here. Gets the ball to the 37, and it will be 1st down. And a little close. Still, it's getting chippy out there. It is getting chippy. Jaheed Myers on the tackle.
Still probably too close for their comfort.
Oh, yeah, and that's out in California. And there's a throw on 1st down, and it caught! Oh, and it falls out of his hands in the forward momentum.
That might be the second best throw Gauze has made all day. Great play action. And look at the timing on that pass. Let's go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, throw. And that's the timing that you need. Has his man. He's just got to corral that. JJ would have hit him, but if he catches that, they're gaining momentum back. They're back on the move.
That was Kyle.
If I look at the sideline right now and I see a bald head, I'll be upset. Yep, Matthews is on the sideline, and if I'm Gauze right now, I don't know why number 24 is not in for the Gators.
Especially after you just threw your second best ball of the day.
Kyle Ocho was the intended receiver, and also looking at that, talking about Matthews, 6 catches for 126 yards today for Matthews, who was on the sideline. Gauze play action, the throw, caught, and staying up is Ocho, and he'll be taken down at the 45, 1 yard shy of the first down marker, so it will be 3rd and 1. And right now, guys, if you're the Gators, why are you not putting Matthews in?
He's
saw
in now.
Matthews coming in on 3rd down. But
he was on the sideline. Yeah,
unless he's requesting to come out of the game, which I can almost guarantee you he wasn't.
No.
There's
unless
no
he needed to do a dance move, because this is the spark plug for their team. If he makes another big play here, they can maybe get back life. But now down 18, this is do or die time almost here for the Gators on 3rd and 1. They're definitely going to go for it if they don't make it. But they got single coverage with Matthews and Abdul Shabazz at the top of your screen.
Do you take it on 3rd
I'm going
down,
deep.
Though?
I'm going on because we can go for it on 4th.
Sure.
And there's a throw on 3rd down, and they'll get the first down and more, utilizing Matthews as a decoy. That reception made by Easy, a.k.a. Mr. Underrated, and it will be first down.
He takes the easy throw there, too easy. Works out, right? But maybe on 3rd and 1, because I know I have the 4th and 1, I might be taking that shot. I seem a little disrespectful for these corners that have actually played a really good game. Shout out to Bullet, who's at the bottom of your screen. They were going after Abdul Shabazz earlier in this game, and that's why he's got the 2 picks, because of the opportunities. But Gauze has got to make a play here. Me sounding a lot like LJ.
In trouble. Gauze rolls out to his right. The big man going after him. A bullet thrown deep and swatted away, and there's a flag on the play. And
Wide open man downfield. That was a broken coverage, but Bullet, the veteran, able to get back there. If Gauze puts the ball on the money, there's nothing that BIC can do, but since it fluttered up in the air a little bit, gives the opportunity, and we'll see what the call is here on the field.
Yeah,
terrific recovery in the secondary.
Andre Jasper, the coverage there, a.k.a. Bullet, as Corey said. Yeah, great coverage here. Beautiful throw by Gauze. Some of his best throws of the day have come from plays that have not turned out well. And Bullet, slight swap there, and the wide receiver not really going for the ball.
Well, it's tough because he had so much room in front of him. He had to come back to the ball. So really the advantage is to the trailing Bullet on that play. Jasper able to get to the ball first, but it looks like it was a defensive penalty. It'd be 1st and 5.
Yeah, 5 moving
I'm taking a
up 5
shot
yards.
to Matthews at the top of your screen.
Matt Ryan, Corey Hammond, and Jack Bartek here with you. 2:13 left to go. 1st and 5. Gauze Jr. with some time. Not a lot. Rolls out to his right. We'll get the first down and more. We'll go up the sideline and be pushed out of play at the 31-yard line. And another flag on the field. We'll wonder if this one will go back. And Matthews set to the top of your screen. Gauze Jr. fakes the toss. The throw over to the wide receiver. We'll get back to the original line of scrimmage in a little bit more, and we'll get the ball placed at the 46-yard line.
All of the positive pass plays for the Gators pretty much have been these play action and then dump-offs. So give credit to Gauze there for just getting it to his guys, but you kind of want to see them open up with like a timing route. He's looking up at, what? You the one who got tackled, man. I like the chain, though. I don't know what he's looking for.
I don't.
Did we get his name wrong?
I don't. I'm going off of the thing in front of me. Kyle Ocho is the name on our roster sheet. If we're getting that one wrong, let us know.
2nd and 5 for the Gators.
And 27 seconds left here. 2nd and 5. There's the toss on the handoff. I think he was looking at Ryan to see if there's a penalty. They're keeping it up and keeping it moving. Number 9, Slick, living up to his nickname on that one. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Corey Hammond and Jack Bartek. And we see number 2 in motion. Gauze Jr. throws it to number 2. We'll get the first down. There's a flag and a fumble. The ball goes right into the hands of the BIC. This one may come back, but this one is going to be a long road to nowhere. Will they be able to spin it out, try to find the lateral, keeps it upright, and gets the ball to the 35. So it's a costly penalty for the BIC if they're the ones called with it.
Yeah, well, Bullet ended up with it, but it was a great play again by Shabazz. Abdul Island is everywhere today, and I've been calling him out because I torched him. But guess what? He's making plays all over the field, snatches it out of his hands.
No, that was number 3 with the snatch.
Yeah,
that
Abdul
Oh, yeah,
Shabazz.
Abdul, and then that was number 11, Jasper the Bullet. Pardon me.
And it all comes back
Now,
offside.
yeah, that's the shame, is that a great play is going to be negated.
Walking that one back's gotta suck for this Trenton team.
That could have been arguably the final nail in the coffin.
Especially if Jasper would have somehow found a way to either pitch it to a thick guy for a thick guy Sunday.
Oh,
man.
I think I would have combusted. I think I would have
Who's the rapper that sings that song? ODB?
It's
Fat Joe?
Whatever Matt's rap alias is.
MC Reckless Abandonment. It's 1st and 5 after the offsides. Matt Ryan, drawn by Jack Bartek and Corey Hammond. Gauge Jr. under center, one man set up to his left. That's number 25.
Give his to.
He fakes it. Quarterback keeper.
Ooh,
Gauge Jr. running down the side, running down the field, and brought down inside the 10-yard line. Ball will be placed at the 8.
They're not done yet. Still have life here, and after the fake, watch Snags. He runs down the field to get a block. He is not ready and willing to concede this game to BIC. He's been talking all week on the boards. It's been ridiculous and hilarious.
None of these teams want to go home, Corey. None of these teams want to take that trip back to Baltimore, knowing that they got a trophy to win the Baltimore division, and that's all they got.
Talk about a turn of events right there.
Yeah, it went from BIC ball in Gator territory to all of a sudden 1st and goal for the Gators, trying to cut this to a 2-score game.
One man in the backfield, 2 wide receivers. There's the toss to Sosa. Sosa trying to find a way through. Nothing doing, and that one will be brought down, and it will be
miraculously somehow he got 3 yards on that. I've never if you look at the game film, I've tried a couple of times in games to call that toss play. If you remember the Spanktown, Jack, when I tossed it in, and it was one of the worst play calls of my career. If you could block that edge, it makes it look like a great play call. When you don't block that edge, it looks like a terrible play call. But give Snags Sosa, and it could be huge.
Yeah.
You know, like we saw with Spanktown and Renegades. But give Snags credit, because there was nothing doing on that play. Still got 3 yards.
Sosa set up to the right. There's the toss again from Gauze Jr. Trying to push it through. Cannot, denied, and will only go to the 2-yard line.
Grown man, even though he stands at 5'6". Snags has given everything he's got as he fights for yardage on that play. That's a warrior down there. He, 160 soaking wet? He's out there putting his shoulder on the line because he's not ready to concede this victory yet.
And the winner of this game, they go to the National Final Four, so this is what it's all about, moving on to that semifinal.
Big personnel for the Gators. They're
Patterson used punch their ticket.
Yeah, they're the first team to do so, and punching his ticket into the end zone. The Baltimore Gators, number 10, Tony Roberts with his 2nd touchdown on the day.
Yeah, it's not Tony Robbins, but that is motivation right there. Great run, better blocking. Let's look at what the Gators offensive line just did there. They opened up the Red Sea for Tony, and he easily gets the touchdown. So cuts it to a 12-point game.
And number 53, Darrell Richmond.
2 scores. And the Gators do now, which is probably the worst part of this touchdown, have to throw it to Ashanti Worthy. If you go percentage-wise, they've actually done a pretty good job, except for that one amazing touchdown from the 2nd-year player out of Rowan. But they go for 2 here from the 10. Look to cut it to a 10-point game.
Sosa set up to the right, 2 wide receivers, 3 men on the line, including 70, the big man, Reese. I'm assuming he's not going to be eaten up like a peanut butter cup. Ball thrown up and bouncing just short, looking for a call there was Sly Boogie.
Timing was there, but the ball was just underthrown.
11:54 left to go, 32-20 your score. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Corey Hammond and Jack Bartek. We are in the sweltering summer sun in Asbury Park, New Jersey. The throw, the bounce, and it will be Worthy picking this one up. It's in the end zone. Ball tickles out, and Worthy will have to dive on that one. And
so 25% of the time Ashanti Worthy has scored on these, and the other 75% the Gators have dominated the 3-on-1. This is dangerous territory. If he puts the ball in the air, then this could be a game.
And that shows how much of a warrior, Ashanti Worthy is. He's stepping right up there. And now you see Courage Mosey in the backfield. He'll take the ball, and he'll run right down Broadway. He'll get past the 10 and get inside the 14 and move the ball downfield. Pardon me, inside the 10. About 2 yards into the end zone. Codrington with Courage Mosey lined up to his left. Mosey breaks to the outside. Will stay upright and get inside the 12 and keep this drive alive for the BIC with 10:03 left to go.
It just can't happen. You cannot contact him behind the line of scrimmage and let him bounce free for a nice gain like that. You got to be able to shed that block and make a play.
And that's great. That's great offensive line work. That is that BIC offensive line. Courage Mosey needs to send them like an edible arrangement or something. Maybe hook them up with a Cricket wireless plan.
Those men do not want fruit. Send them Omaha steaks. You're going that route.
And it will be 3rd and 2. Hollywood Worthy, 4 returns for 129 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 catch for 11 yards, 1 touchdown. You know, take outside of that one big run.
They're giving him the touchdown on that?
Yeah. Worthy outside of those plays. Oh, and there's a flag.
That's going to be offside.
I think it was offsides on the defense because we've seen some good penetration at times for the Gators. I don't think it has ever been that good.
It was an attempt at a little Palomalu trying to sneak through the line and jump the snap.
Which is interesting because there's no it's an easy first down.
Case
right
on
around where
slot.
that ref is up there. Come on, Codrington.
Courage Mosey set up to the left of Codrington.
Let's watch his left hand. Let's see if he goes for the towel. Nope. Oh,
there
it is.
And there's a flag already. Oh, no, that's just my screen. And there's the handoff to Mosey. Mosey breaking off one defender to his side. Sheds the tackler, tries to keep it going, but gets taken down in Baltimore territory.
And you know what? Obviously, you want to get into the end zone on that. Might not be the worst thing. You get it past midfield, and with 8 minutes to play now, you could churn off another 2-3 minutes off this clock and still score. You know, depending on what you do from here.
And we are live here from Asbury Park Stadium in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Matt Ryan alongside Jack Bartek and our own Corey Hammond. I lost my train of thought for a second.
Well, you were getting as excited as I am.
Yeah.
So Ashanti Worthy's one-on-one coverage with no safety over the top.
My goodness. And the reason why we had to go to break is because both teams were arguing over snap counts. And McDaniel will get the ball in the handoff. And McDaniel in trouble. McDaniel will lose a yard. If not, try to get close to the line of scrimmage, and it will be 2nd and 11.
Hesitation moves sometimes can be real dangerous, but when you start going backwards in football, it's just not a good offensive look. Great play by the Gators. They need to stop here. So on 1st and 10, they get the 2-yard loss. Bring up, they're going to give them the spot at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10. The clock's ticking away, but the Gators need to stop here.
Yeah, I was going to say for BIC, not the worst thing in the world because the clock continues to tick away. They'll get probably 40 seconds off of this clock before they take the
Gators
next
have
snap.
5 men in the box to stop Courage Mosey, and so far it hasn't worked.
And with the ball, 2nd and 10, 6:50 left to go. Ashanti Worthy in motion.
That's even worse.
2 wide receivers set, but now Worthy set in the backfield, using him as a decoy for Courage Mosey, but sensing that one coming.
Now is really the time that we're going to see how BIC feels about their young quarterback. Sterry Codrington has done nothing wrong so far today, right? Not one thing. I can't really even tell you the last time I saw him attempt a pass that wasn't on an extra point. But with it 3rd and 14, he could run for it if they do call a pass play. But if he has to put it in the air with that long of a time, it almost reminds me of Mark Sanchez with those Jets teams that were competitive. You know, when you hamper your quarterback and basically tell him by your play calling and your strategy that we don't trust you, the pressure's all on Sterry Codrington. Even though they're up by 12, if he throws a timing route to Ashanti Worthy, who I almost guarantee is open, and he's either off target or misses or late on the throw, that could be 6 the other way. So let's see what we got here at 3rd and 14.
Not a lot of options for him on this one. Rolls out, runs upfield. Codrington gets to the 41 and will keep it alive.
Decision time.
And it will be 4th down.
Yeah, they should end up going for it here, but it almost looked like Codrington did not want to throw the ball there. And he has Dwan Williams wide open, you know, on the leak out, which is sometimes a hard read to make.
You got to go quick, fast, and in a hurry if you're the Gators, though, because you don't got to score once, you got to score twice and get a stop sandwiched in between that in 4 minutes with a running clock. So,
and Codrington, no pass attempts so far in the half. And our stats guy, John, wanting
They've
to know.
called pass plays.
Yeah. And now Gauze, with a lot of time, throws this one high, caught, throw, and he drops it. That would have been a first down and more, and that could have been a complete momentum shifter, and it will be 2nd and 10.
It's got to be a little bit more heat on that ball because it hung up in the air too much because Sly was wide open in the middle of basically what looked to be a zone, which was man coverage, but they were just loose. And the ball just doesn't drop in quick enough. If he puts a little bit more on this ball and it gets into Sly's hands quicker, he's not going to get hit by Campbell, but
in triple coverage, he's able to almost grab that. That's insane.
If you're gonna hang that up like that, you got to give it a little bit more and let him run into the catch.
But that might be the perfect for that triple coverage, though. There were 3 bodies there. There were 3 blue jerseys there. And Gauze Jr. rolling out to his right. He'll have to run here. He'll have to get on his bicycle and get positive yardage, and it'll be 3rd and about 2.
And that's Quan with the tackle. And if you look at his arms, they're thicker than John Gauze's legs. So that's a great tackle and a good decision by Gauze to get the yardage. But the clock's ticking down. There's got to be a little bit more urgency from the Gators.
And they'll burn their first time out on that one. 32-20 your score. Trenton BIC leading by 12. This is the Northeast Final Four. The winner will make it into the Final Four of the national scene. We've already seen the Patterson U and the Los Angeles Aces punch their ticket. This coming Friday, we'll see which of the Florida teams will make their way and be the first ever Florida Division champions. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back here with the National Final Four. And then on July 8th, 2 weeks, we'll be back. We're off next weekend for Independence Weekend. Hopefully all of you watching around the world will enjoy that. Have some fun. Don't blow off any limbs. And it will be 3rd and 1. Gauze Jr. with a lot of time. Throws it across his body and almost intercepted again. That time, number 26 with the swat.
The BIC secondary has taken a huge step up from that night game they've had against the Renegades, in which, you know, according to some of the people in this league, my bum, you know, exactly. I was trying to censor myself without censoring myself. Was able to torch this defense at times. But, you know, the pass rush has been there, and a lot of plays have been made by JJ, Abdul Shabazz, and even Kason Campbell, excuse me. I keep calling him the wrong name. But John Gauze on 4th and 1, do or die time. Let's see what he's got.
That was number 26.
You can hear LJ saying, got to make a play.
Yep, and he makes the play, and he'll get to the 20, and it'll be first down at the 2-minute warning.
I'll tell you what, just going back to that 3rd down pass attempt, that one could have used a little bit more of a float rather than firing it in. If he floats it over that defender.
And the best throw of the day was from the quarterback whose team is a little afraid of having him throw. It was Codrington deep to Campbell. So the ball has been slippery. It was 1st and 10.
1st and 10 after the 2-minute warning. Tries to throw it. Gauze Jr. will throw that out of play. And in a situation,
BIC defense has been championship level.
It has been a championship level defense, and if you're a championship level defense, you want championship level hardware, and that's where Herff Jones comes in. Herff Jones has everything you need, from championship rings to trophies. You know how we know? They're the official trophy and ring supplier of the American Sevens Football League. For more information, head to herffjones.com. Herff Jones, champion, has a ring to it.
Gauze has been rolling out. Yeah, Gauze has been rolling out a lot today because the pressure from the defensive line from BIC has made their presence known. Matthews, again, found an easy, soft spot in the zone looking for a throw. But at this point in the game, you can't keep dumping it off. Gauze has got to go downfield with 1:53 left and down by 2 scores.
And Matthews not out there. 2nd and 12, 2 wide receivers spread out wide to the left. One tight end set up in the slot. He'll block, and Gauze will throw it over the top. And here's an opportunity for the Gators. The Gators trying to stay alive, stays on the sideline, trying to power through, gets into BIC territory, and will be stopped around the 40. They will mark him out at the 40-yard line. But Sly Boogie, the cornerstone of this team, when they needed it the most, gets the biggest play of the half for the Gators.
Yeah, an easy throw and catch. He gets the ball out on time. Remember, I had that 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi throw. That's the timing on that play. He's got a crossing route uncovered, basically. Even though there was a defender near him, he might as well have just stood still. And he gets into the open field. The only thing that stops him is that tricky sideline over there. but great momentum, and he gets out of bounds, which stops the clock because they needed that big play and they needed the clock to stop because they still got the 2 timeouts, and if they refuse to pass the ball on the other side of the field, they might be able to get the ball back if they score quickly.
45-yard gain on the play. That was number 7 Gauze Jr. to Sly Washington, a.k.a. Sly Boogie.
Boogie to Boogie. Somewhere Cam Boogie from the Vikings is watching.
So many boogies, so little time.
Just one nose.
1st and 10, 1:44 left to go. 2 wide receivers, 1 running back. Gauze Jr. launches a rocket downfield. Can he catch up to it? He's half a step behind, and it'll be 2nd down. 1st and 10. Ball set on the 25-yard line. John Gauze Jr. set up in the shotgun. Pressure coming. Gauze Jr. throws it out. Keeps it alive. Trying to matriculate the ball downfield. Takes 3 men to take him down. One of them doing a stinger splash in real life.
And they're calling the same penalty that they did just on the last as John Gauze in the backfield, still on the ground. It's a late hit, which is what they're saying it is, but that's really not a late hit. I don't really like the call because as he released the ball, the defender is on him.
Oh, they're calling 36 a late hit. Could it be from doing that? And you talk
but when he's been in, he's also made an impact,
Yeah.
whether it's defense, whether he was at a quarterback on offense. I've seen him with a couple of highlight plays. So
he also made it to the A7FL title game last year with the Hawks as quarterback. So this guy's showing his unselfishness, and there's a ball that's just dropped. Broken play.
That's got to be intentional grounding.
Yeah, didn't get back to the line.
And
if they're going to call those ticky-tack, penalties against the defense, they got to call it against the quarterback when he's just trying to get rid of the ball. So lost it down.
And Gauze holding his ribs, holding his right rib.
Yeah, he got hit hard on that first penalty, and then the second penalty, he got hit even harder.
And with minute 24 left to go, 2 timeouts, you're down. Are you going to try, if you score here, do you tempt fate and go for essentially an onside throw?
Well, you got to throw it high, and you got to hope something good happens. But Ashanti Worthy's back there, so you got to be careful.
But we saw in the Patterson U game, those fortuitous bounces may not have been so fortuitous initially, but
they're dangerous because when you're going aggressively for the ball, it's very easy for a play to split by. But let's first things first. Let's get it in the end zone. Free play.
And the play.
The ball. Oh,
that's one of those. That's one of those Maryland specials. Snags was on the sideline by himself. They didn't see him. They call a quick offensive line, and then he drops it. And BIC is doing the Gator chomp.
My.
There's nothing but you got to catch that.
Oh man.
The freest of plays.
Right now.
The freest of plays.
Wow.
It seemed like
credit to BIC because BIC's been in a lot more tougher games. That Cobras game week 1. That Savage game early on, which was a lot closer than the final score dictated, and then even against my Renegades was a tight game up until the 4th quarter where they opened it up. So 4th down.
And looking for an opportunity here. Gauze Jr. will take it on his own. We'll move downfield. We'll get through one defender, and we'll get out of play.
The sad thing is he looked to the sideline to see where the sticks were, and he's hurting. And as soon as he started running, he knew that he was going to have to make a Herculean effort, but he misses it by 3 yards. And that's probably all that he had left in the tank, as hopefully he gets up and is not injured. But I think he's just more disappointed, as that's going to pretty much be it, barring some Vipers-type debacle to end this game.
There's a penalty, I believe.
Flag on the play.
And unless it's some kind of defensive pass interference, it's not going to help out the Gators.
And Ace Boogie is still out there on 4th and 2.
He's got to be. I mean, at this point in the season, unless you literally can't walk or can't throw or can't, there's no reason that he isn't in the huddle. And credit to who he is, because he's doing. I do it at 220 with a lot of extra meat around my midsection. He's doing it at 160, and he's taking a punishment right now.
Minute 9 left. Minute 9 left to go. 4th and 2. Their season on the line. Roberts drives touchdown. Tony Roberts with his 3rd touchdown of the day and makes this one a 6-point game with the season on the line. John Gauze Jr. goes to the man who was automatic, getting 4 yards to run it in for the score. And right now, this is the biggest part of the Gators season.
They're going for 2?
They have to. Tony Roberts, 3 touchdowns on the day. This is a defining moment right here. Because if they get the 2,
I like to go for the 2 personally, guys, because it's an easier get. You have more space.
Fair.
in my opinion.
My
and I'm a quarterback. I'm throwing the ball.
You get the touchdown, you win. You get either way. If they score the touchdown on the next drive, they tie it up.
Well, that's what
but
I'm saying.
you can lock it in here. You can if you're hoping that things pan out, you have 1:07 and 2 timeouts. If your defense steps up, or you're able to get the ball in the throw off, this can lock in a win for the Gators.
My thought process is just going for one. It's a shorter distance, and if you get it, a touchdown with no conversion.
Spreads the offense though.
But yeah, more room to operate.
Play action. Throws the ball wide open. 2-point conversion is in, and Sly Boogie getting it from Ace Boogie, and it is a 32-28 game. 5 points. Less than 5 points. 4 points separate these two teams, and 1 touchdown from either side will lock this one in. Can the BIC hold on for 1:07? Look at this replay.
How do you go for that play action for the 2 from the 10, and they go for the play action on the toss? As you see, Ace Boogie on the sideline holding his ribs, giving him everything he has. But let's be honest, if they're going to win this game, he's going to have to go back out there and do even more. Sly Boogie out there sucking wind right in front of the referee huddle that we just see.
I'm trying to do the math in my head right now. Obviously, you try and go for it on the throw-off, see if you can pull off some trickery there. But if you can't, with 2 timeouts, is that enough to stop the clock and get the ball back?
It depends on what BIC does on 3rd down, because if they stop them on the first 2 run plays, they're probably going to lose 10 seconds each play. So we're down to 57, 47. And then you have that one last play kind of shot, whether it's the throw-off on the 3-on-1, we call it the change of possession throw-off, or that last-ditch effort with the return. With the one offensive play. So if they can get a 3-and-out here, they'll have at least 1 play on offense. Based on my calculations, and I'm not a mathematician. The thing is if BIC grows a pair, let's say, and on 3rd down they go for a pass and it's incomplete, then that's a huge thing that the Gators are hoping for.
And one big run from Courage Mosey.
Or Codrington.
Yeah.
Any first down ends the game.
And
this is the
if they had all 3 of their timeouts, the Gators would be sitting pretty, because it looks like BIC is scared to throw the ball. But they also have to tackle this man.
And this ball will go right into the hands of Ashanti Worthy. Worthy, no time running here. And this one will go out of play at the around the 35-yard line, and giving them a shorter field to work with.
I was expecting the patented throw it up as high as you possibly can and try and race down there.
The thing is that I guess with Ashanti back there, you can't really play games. You got to make sure that you have an opportunity, and if he scores a touchdown, then the game's over. So 107, you got a
get 2 stops.
A legendary running back in the backfield for BIC. A quarterback that has put up numbers at times, has 2 completions in this game for 2 touchdowns, but in the second half has failed to even attempt something in the air, almost reminiscent of what's his name for the Sixers?
Ben Simmons. It's a Ben Simmons moment.
Unable to shoot a ball. He's struggled so much in the playoffs, I forgot his name.
1:07 left
Ever since Kendall Jenner left him.
Oh, that poor Australian boy needs a hug.
He needs to shoot with his right hand. He's righty. Why are you shooting lefty? But anyway, Codrington, also lefty.
Under center. We'll hand it off to Courage Mosey. And Mosey finds the opening and will shut the door on the Baltimore Gators. To the 10, to the 5. Will stay upright. Touchdown, BIC.
Dunk that. Oh, he's going to kick it.
Golazo.
Oh, he said some very choice words there. We cannot advertise. That is how you end a game. So here's the thing, guys. As we go on to the regional championship, it's going to be Courage versus the U, and we've seen some amazing things for his Courage. But if he's going to run the ball like that, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
And Courage Mosey, 6 carries, 71 yards, 1 touchdown so far today, and just
let's keep talking so that we can't.
To the camera.
Let's keep
we are
talking
not cutting
so we
to
can't.
That camera.
Yeah, we cannot hear what he's saying.
But he is talking now to. He has found the other camera.
What's up, Courage? That's what you're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
I believe he's talking to the U players that have stuck around right below our broadcast booth.
Because Courage was not there for that game against the U 2 weeks ago.
And we saw some vintage courage today.
Yeah, today was the best courage Mosey we've seen all season.
Now, his 6 carries for 71 yards felt a lot more like 15 carries for 200 today.
And let's the updated stat line, 8 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Now, gentlemen, we are acting like this game is over. But as we have seen in the A7FL so far this season, banana pants things can happen in the American Sevens Football League. The throw-off is untimed, 58 seconds.
If they score on the throw-off, we're back in the same position because it's an untimed down. That gain, that touchdown, took 9 seconds off. So I guess I was relatively accurate with those 10 seconds per play.
And
as we hear the U saying something to Courage on the sideline, I wish I could hear what's going on underneath us in the booth.
And Courage Mosey, the player of the game, with that stat line once again, 8 carries for 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Herschel making his appearance here.
Wow.
And
the OG in.
And on the 1-point conversion, number 11.
The only man grayer than me in this league.
Number 11 will set up as an eligible receiver.
And Sullivan.
Ashanti Worthy, Codrington, still at quarterback. And it will be this 1-point conversion. They will hand it off to, and that is a rough tackle for Herschel, as the old man will not be able to punch it in, and it will remain a 10-point game. But 58 seconds left. It's still a 10-point game. But let's take a look here at that last play. And just pie-facing the offensive line.
Nick Mays has had a great season. Mean Machine number 5. He lost about, I'd say, 60 pounds since
That's
last time
amazing.
we've seen him. But he's just as strong, just even quicker.
Herschel Walker, 57 years old, plans to play another 3 seasons until he is 60. I am significantly younger than him. I am at least 37 years younger than him. 36 years younger than him. And no, 26 years younger than him.
But that's his
that
one.
frightens me.
That's his one play in this game. Now against like the teams like the Animals, I think he actually scored a touchdown. But shout out to Herschel. He's been devoted to this league for forever, it seems. As he's given Kenneth Tippett a little bit of the knowledge that he's amassed over the great career that he's had.
And it will
3-on-1 time, untimed down.
Really, all you can't do here is give up a touchdown.
If you're BIC, and if you're the Gators, you're still saying prayers because there's a lot left in this game to happen. But if it goes to form,
and if you're
both Jersey teams,
you feel like you're the big winner here because you've beaten the BIC already this year. We also don't know how this Final Four is going to shake out. So we don't know what's going to happen at the end of this one. Baby DK will return. This one will bounce out of bounds.
Running start.
Not what you want to do there.
Yeah, I mean, let's give credit to both of these 3-on-1. We'll call them the defensive side, the 3 side. The 3-on-1s today, except for the Ashanti Worthy touchdown, have been on their game. So you got out there, you got Quan, you got Dwan Williams, and Breezy Beeman, number 15, who's been made the spectacle by Neon Dion from the U a couple of times in the A7FL, looking to make his own mark.
And here we go. Baby DK going down the sideline. This game is not over yet. Winner, go home. And Baltimore is looking to take a residency in Asbury Park. What a play. And they just shove it right back into the face of the BIC. And it is getting spicy here in New Jersey. There is no palace, but there's a ton of malice here in the A7FL Northeastern Final Four.
And kudos to the Gators because they're not out of it yet. And Baby DK, oh man, Breezy, you gotta stop being that guy.
And he
in
stays
here.
inbounds
and one
the
thing
whole
that
time.
Quan right there chasing him down. Quan's a great tackler, but he doesn't have the speed on this 3-on-1. There could be,
Taking
restaging of the show Yo Mama, throwing it back to the mid-2000s there.
Do we need to throw it back to the mid-2000s? I don't.
Why not?
There are a lot of questionable choices. The
like
Dougie was the thing. In the
like
video.
watching Yo Mama, which
yes.
was one of them.
A Wilmer Valderrama vehicle. I'm not, you know.
That's his second best vehicle to Handy Manny, for those who have kids.
I was going to say that, 70s show. He's the second best Fez. And it will be a 2-point conversion here. You see Sly Boogie at the top of your screen.
I'm going up top because credit to Abdul Shabazz, but look at the mismatch in size.
Yeah.
If you throw a good fade ball, that's easy too.
And there's the fade, the ball up, off the hands, and he's down! And there will not be a penalty on that one. And it remains a 4-point game, and Shabazz will run off and get the ball. Shabazz Island coming through again today.
Town Beef Productions is going to hear from me because I hear a lot of Sly telling people that they got to make plays. You got to catch that ball, my friend. And my men are in track stances trying to get down there.
And this one will
Knuckle
be a
ball.
wobbler that will bounce, and that's a live ball.
Nope.
Worthy with it. The clock will not run, but they will run him out of play at the 31. 58 seconds left to go, 38-34. The BIC in the lead with the ball. Matt Ryan alongside Jack Bartek and Corey Hammond. There's the handoff to Courage Mosey. Mosey gets through, but will only get a light gain.
Quick timeout, and
2nd and 6, and Codrington will keep it and immediately get sent into the dirt, and they will stay with 47 seconds left to go. They will burn a timeout, and it will be 3rd down.
It's best case scenario for the Gators. The one thing that as the Gators I'm looking at is you better make sure that if they throw the ball, that because Kason Campbell is shown that if you throw the ball to him, he's going to jump up and catch it. So it's 3rd and 11. The Gators need to make one more stop. They still have life, guys. We were almost able to write them off at multiple times in this game, but the Gators right now showing that they have that championship medal. The Gators sideline is up, and LJ is on the sideline pandering to his Baltimore crowd.
38-34.
Does BIC trust Sterry Codrington, or are they okay running the clock out and giving the Gators a chance?
It would be really smart to run the ball.
The play clock's only 35 seconds.
If you can play action and send one of those tight ends naked up the field, I guarantee he's going to be uncovered. But do they trust their quarterback enough to not make a turnover?
6 defenders in the box. 1 man in the back.
Nope.
And they're handing it to Codrington, and Codrington will be smothered and covered. And when will the whistle blow? With 40 seconds left to go and counting, there will be 5 seconds or so left for the BIC to have on defense. So right now, let's take a look at this play here. We need to know when the whistle blew, because that's when the play clock would have started.
Good job by Codrington to stay up, though. Those extra 3-4 seconds might be big.
13 seconds left. The clock stopped.
13 seconds left on the clock. 1st and 10. Gauze Jr. trying to find a way. Will have to stay upright, and he will run downfield, and he will get out of bounds with 12 seconds left. Well, depending on how much time was actually left on the clock, 8 seconds. So they burned 4 seconds.
It's do or die time, guys. The Gators season is on this last play.
1st and 10, 38-34 your score. Gauze Jr. set behind center. 2 wide receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. 1 more. Rolls out to his right. Gauze Jr. launches this one deep. This one could be catchable.
Oh, and he almost had it.
And there's a flag. There's a flag on the play. And the ball will go to the 1-yard line. The Gators have flagged their way to redemption.
We didn't even talk about the possibility of a flag.
And to be honest, I didn't see it. I saw the flag, but I didn't see the penalty.
And it looks like a pass interference play. We'll take a look at the replay. Gauze Jr. rolls out to his right, launches the greatest pass of his career because it sets them 1 step closer, and he touched them a little bit.
Guess who's playing corner out there?
It's
Sterry Codrington.
The college secondary player, the man who played in the defensive backfield his entire collegiate career. The ball will be spotted on the 6-yard line.
And it is a penalty. That certainly is a penalty. He gets to him early, and let's be honest, maybe that's a good penalty because if he doesn't foul him here. Maybe it's a catch and a touchdown.
5 yards, 4 points. One play decides this. Goes Junior, rolls out to his left, and he hits Baltimore!
Touchdown,
the Baltimore Gators, with no time left, have crossed the threshold, and there's a flag on the play. We saw the flag, and we see the rollout again from Gauze Jr.
I mean, it really is a clear holding on CP3 at that edge, and he runs to that side. So when you see that play develop the way that it did, you kind of want to give Gauze credit. You kind of want to give the Gators credit, but 2 huge penalties in the final 2 plays, which we thought were going to be the final plays of the game. Extend the play, extend the game even more. You get bonus football here, ladies and gentlemen.
And the ball will be placed on the 15-yard line.
Now, that changes what you can do here.
Last play of the season. Throws it, looking for an option, rolls out, trying to find something. Will go on his bicycle. Can he get it done? Can he stay upright? No, and he doesn't reach it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have watched today's football and you have thought to yourself, I need more of this in my life, I need to see this, then in 2 weeks' time, we're taking next week off for Independence Day, but we're back here in 2 weeks for the National Final Four. We are going to settle which teams are going to play for the A7FL Championship on July 18th. 3 teams have punched their ticket. The Los Angeles Aces, the Patterson U, and the Trenton BIC. The BIC have beaten one of the only undefeated teams in the A7FL. There are 2 undefeated teams left. Will the BIC be able to do that? Will it be a Los Angeles team? Will it be a Florida team? Or will the Patterson U go back-to-back? Gentlemen, you know the only way how we can do that?
How can we do that, Matt?
We're going to be right back here next week at 1:30 on 2 weeks on Fight at 1:30. Next week, we're going to be having hot dogs and hamburgers. The week after that, it's back to the field. We're going to find out who can bring it on Sunday. For Jack Bartek, for Corey Hammond, LJ Smith, and everybody here, we'll see you in 2 weeks because we're going to find out who brings it the best.
This has been a broadcast of the American Sevens Football League. Like, follow, and share on our Facebook page at A7FL TV.